Hello my loves, today I'm sharing some of my self-care and beauty maintenance routines I do to look and feel my very best. I'll be covering the natural hair care routine I do once a month, weekly skincare routine, daily self-care, and more. And what's even better about all of these routines is that they could be easily done at home. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button to let me know. Let's go ahead and get into it. My daily self-care routine begins first thing in the morning with oral hygiene, and oil pulling is an Ayurvedic practice that helps to naturally whiten teeth, it freshens breath, reduces inflammation, and it helps prevent cavities. So I do this for 15 minutes while I put on my workout clothes and I make my cucumber and lime water to drink with my supplements. Usually I cut up cucumbers in the fridge to easily add it to my water on a daily basis, and then I take a whole lime, cut that in half, and then add that to my water. I love this drink because it makes my skin glow thanks to the vitamin C in the lime and the hydration that the cucumber helps my body hold on to. As for my supplements, I keep it pretty simple by taking a daily probiotic that helps to support gut health. Good gut health is connected to healthy, clear skin, and this probiotic in particular is excellent for supporting the health of our lady parts. Next, I take spirulina to enhance my energy throughout the day. For my ladies, if it's that time in the month, spirulina is a rich source of iron and is a good way to support your body throughout your cycle. Once I'm done oil pulling, I scrape my tongue. Tongue scraping also helps with getting fresher breath. It gets the bacteria at the very back of your tongue way better than a toothbrush. Then I brush my teeth using Tom's toothpaste that basically feels like I'm brushing my teeth with soap, but it gets my teeth feeling really clean. For my daily self-care, I like to start internally and work my way out. How I do that is I start off my day with meditation. Meditation is something that I've been practicing for around, I think, 7 years now. I kind of like to use it as a way to check in with myself and gain a little bit of more clarity as to what I need to do on a physical level and then take action from there. Usually how I start my meditation practice is I start with some breath work to center myself and just kind of calm my mind, and then the rest I basically just like observe my thoughts and sit in silence. For some people that can be boring, and sometimes it can be really intimidating depending on what you're going through internally. Make sure that you choose one that's for what you need, because it could kind of have like the opposite effect of relaxing you if it's just not the right meditation for you. I also journal too, but that's more of something that I like to do at night, and I haven't really solidified it as like a habit yet. Meditation, I've definitely solidified as a self-care habit that I do every single day, and it makes a huge difference in how I feel and how I look at life in general. I highly recommend it. There's so many different ways you could try meditation if you're interested in that. After I meditate, I go straight into my morning workout, which majority of the time is at-home Pilates. Exercise is one of those things that helps me to get out of my head and into my body. I've been consistently doing Pilates workouts for the past couple years. I follow workouts from Move with Nicole on YouTube, and when I tell you her Pilates workouts are the best YouTube workouts I've ever tried, I'm not kidding. Her workouts kick my butt, and she uses body positive language in her videos, and that helps me to reaffirm my intentions as to why I'm even choosing to exercise in the first place, to treat my body with love and respect as I move through my workout, and to use exercise as a celebration of what my body is capable of rather than punishing it. That mindset shift was what helped me to solidify working out as a daily self-care habit, as well as choosing ones that work well with the way I prefer to move my body, mixing strength training with fluidity. Pilates makes you move your body in unconventional ways. It strengthens and stretches the muscles that usually get neglected with traditional workouts. After I'm done with my Pilates class, I do a gentle yoga flow to release tension in my muscles. I do my at-home Pilates routine about 4 to 5 days a week, and for cardio, I take dance classes and go hiking. For my weekly self-care routine, I do an at-home facial. Before I began doing them, my skin used to look like this. I had inflamed breakouts with hyperpigmentation, but when I'm consistent, my skin looks more like this, healthy and smooth. But full transparency, y'all, your girl has fallen off with consistency, and as a result, my skin started breaking out. Instead of letting it kill my vibe, I took it as an indication to get back into doing my at-home facials on a weekly basis. The first step of my facial is the double cleanse. I use hemp oil and massage that into my skin. Hemp hemp oil is safe for sensitive skin and is non-comedogenic, meaning it doesn't clog pores. And since oil dissolves oil, it's a great way to help dislodge blackheads and loosen sebum buildup on the skin. To add a little oomph to my massage, I'm using a gua sha tool. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Please spare me if I'm not. I've been using this tool for a very short period of time, and to be honest, I don't know if it does all the things people say it does on TikTok, but what I know for sure is that it fully relieves any muscle tension in the face, and it's very effective at reducing under eye puffiness. Once I finish the massage, I use the original makeup remover cloth drenched in warm water to properly remove the oil. A major mistake people make when they first begin oil cleansing is that they don't remove it properly, and it ends up breaking them out more than if they weren't oil cleansing at all. But you could see all the dirt that came off of my face even though I wasn't wearing any makeup. For the second part of my double cleanse, I use Somali Kasil powder. I take half a teaspoon of the Kasil and mix it with aloe water. I mix it until it becomes a lighter shade of green and the bubbles start to foam. For extra healing power, I'm adding in about a teaspoon of manuka honey, and this cleanser doubles as a face mask that draws moisture to the skin and leaves it feeling incredibly soft. First, I use it to cleanse my skin for at least 60 seconds, and my favorite way to do that without thinking is using my Luna Mini. It has a timer to indicate how long I should be washing each part of my face, and this tool gives me a more thorough cleanse than if I was to use my hands. But if you want to use just your hands or just buy a bootleg one off of Amazon, I won't tell nobody. I'm misting my face with more aloe water and wiping any excess cleanser I might have missed off my face. After I double cleanse, it's time to get into exfoliation. Now, I have very sensitive skin, and the only product I can use without irritation is this mineral peel by ORG. This face peel contains some great ingredients like hyaluronic acid, aloe vera, and cucumber extract. To add a little bit more joy to my at-home facial, I made a simple lip scrub that smells amazing and leaves my lips feeling plump and juicy. I blended organic cane sugar into a fine powder so that it's less abrasive. To plump and hydrate the skin on my lips, I added avocado oil. It's great for protecting the collagen in your skin, and I mixed that in until it's well combined. For this lip scrub, I was going for the whole island vibe, so I added some natural candy flavoring in Tropical Punch. My skin absolutely loves anything with manuka honey, so your girl had to add another teaspoon of that into this recipe. Again, mixing that all together until it's well combined, and this lip scrub will last you around 6 months, so long as you don't let any water get into it. I'm using a little spoon to get mine out to avoid contaminating the product. Now that my lips are smooth and juicy, I protect it with this Superfruit Lip Mask by Silk Naturals. This mask traps all the moisture in from the lip scrub. Using what's left over from my Kasil cleanser, I'm putting it all over as a face mask, and for those of you who may not know, Kasil comes from a tree and is a Somali beauty secret that's used to clear, heal, and protect the skin. I leave that on until it's fully dry to the touch. To help further soothe my skin and reduce breakouts, I follow up with some skin icing. I infuse the ice with organic chamomile to encourage a healthy glow and to help the next products absorb better. While my skin is still damp, I apply a 5% niacinamide serum by Silk Naturals. This stuff is amazing for healing hormonal breakouts fast, and I noticed with consistent use my skin tone appeared more even due to the licorice extract in the serum. To hydrate my skin, I use the hemp oil gel moisturizer from the same exact brand, and the ingredients are clean, minimal, and effective at getting the job done. I use about 5 to 7 pumps for my face and neck to make sure my moisture barrier is protected. This moisturizer has a gel finish and it absorbs really quickly without leaving behind an oily residue, and I typically do this at-home facial at night. That's why I'm not applying any sunscreen on top, but if it was in the daytime, I would be applying sunscreen. Right before I get into my wash day routine, I always oil my scalp the night before. I get a lot of questions about this in my other videos, but I do mention it a lot. I don't necessarily show you guys what I did the night before. Sometimes I detangle it, sometimes I don't. Last night I did detangle it and I braided it up after I put it throughout the rest of my hair. Whenever I do this, this helps to make my wash day routine go by a lot smoother, and you guys know I have a lot of hair to deal with. I tried to make it as easy as possible. If you're curious about adding this into into your own routine, you totally can. You don't have to use this oil. You can use any oil that your hair likes, like I always tell you guys. Just as long as you're consistent, that's what really matters. But it really does make a big difference in the overall quality and health of my hair, and it helps to protect it because I like to switch my hair up a lot. It does go through a lot of manipulation, so I have to make sure that I baby it and show it a little bit more love. Similar to double cleansing with my facial routine, I double cleanse my scalp by using my homemade herbal oil before wash day, like I mentioned, and I apply my herbal oil directly to my scalp and massage it in for a few minutes. Then I apply it to the rest of my hair, and I don't soak my hair in the oil. I just add enough where I could feel some slip to gently pull the shed hairs if needed before braiding it up. I usually braid my hair into pigtails and wrap it around my head. Then I pin it into place with some bobby pins, and to keep the oil from transferring onto my silk pillowcase, I use a satin lined hair beanie. Now this traps the oil in and it keeps my head warm while I sleep, so it kind of ends up being like an overnight hot oil treatment but less intense. For my monthly self-care, I focus on hitting the reset button for my scalp and hair, starting with my hair tools. Brushes and combs can be a breeding ground for harmful bacteria to grow, potentially causing irritation and even blocking hair follicles. So I go ahead and do a deep clean by letting them sit with baking soda, white vinegar, clarifying shampoo, and hot water for at least 30 minutes to 1 hour. I've tried cleaning my brushes with apple cider vinegar and it leaves too much residue, so white vinegar does a much better job at cleaning it. Afterwards, I agitated the brush in water and the vinegar cleared up all the buildup without me having to scrub the brushes. What's left in the water after I clean them is pretty gross. It's buildup of product and dead skin. Off camera, I rinsed each brush clean and let them air dry before using them, and they're as good as new. To reset and clarify my curls, I do an apple cider vinegar rinse on my hair. I dilute 1/4 cup of ACV with 2 cups of distilled water. Distilled water works best when it comes to buildup removal due to the fact that it's completely free of chemicals, minerals, and contaminants. I apply it using an applicator to my scalp first, rub that in, and then to the rest of my hair. Going in with the same scalp brush I showed you guys before, I just massage it in to loosen the dead skin and build up, comb it through. And for my hair, apple cider vinegar works best and it helps the detangling process as well. I would not recommend white vinegar for those of you who may ask. My hair was in an old perm rod set, so it wasn't tangled to begin with, but I have done this rinse when my hair is in its natural curl pattern and it detangles just as well. Now once my curls are fully saturated with the rinse, I comb it through, cover it with a plastic cap and a towel, and just like we allow the brushes to sit in the vinegar solution, we do the same thing with our curls, and this step is vital to fully clearing all the buildup. Buildup can cause breakage and make your hair dull, so it's a very good idea to just throw in a routine like this once a month. After I let it soak in for a while, maybe like 30 minutes, I hopped in the shower to rinse the apple cider vinegar out, and then I shampooed twice using a clarifying shampoo. Anytime I clarify my curls, I follow up with a hair mask, and y'all, I just started using this 𝐏𝐫𝐨𝐝 banana cream deep conditioner, and oh my goodness, this stuff is so good. It contains natural ingredients that my curls absolutely love, like aloe vera, coconut cream, and marshmallow root, and I'm taking a good amount and I'm fully coating my hair from ends to roots. Using my detangling brush, I gently detangle my curls while I still have the mask on, and let me tell you, the slip on this deep conditioner is so good that I'm able to detangle within a few minutes on each side, and that's due to the fact that the first ingredient is okra extract. Okra is super beneficial for naturally curly hair because of the mucilage it contains, and although I'll never eat okra because it tastes gross, I won't hesitate to put it in my hair. Another thing I appreciate about this mask is that it's loved by a wide range of curl patterns, from type 4 curls down to type 2. Now that each side is covered in the mask, I top it with a foil cap and deep condition with heat for 30 minutes. I usually use an electric heat cap, but it stopped working, so now I use my blow dryer on low heat with a bonnet attachment. It does the same thing. To add some extra self-care, I tend to read a book while I deep condition after I styled my hair in a perm rod set. If y'all want more videos like this one, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. If you've got curly hair, you know the struggle can be real when it comes to achieving smooth blowouts at home. Today's video is a step-by-step tutorial on how to do a blowout on curly hair, and I want you to consider this your beginner-friendly guide with everything you need to know, from techniques, products, and tools to achieve this look. I prep my curls by shampooing twice, then I deep conditioned, and I'm going to be using 2 products to protect my curls for this blowout. My all-time favorite is this spray by Bondi Boost, which is aloe based, but I'm also pairing it with a lightweight blowout styling milk by JVN to smooth my curls and eliminate frizz. Both of them protect hair up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit.